it's good to see everybody here. I see a lot of familiar faces and some new friends. Can I see a show of hands of some people who've never seen Arbonne or been exposed to it at all before? I'm so glad you guys are here. And so people addresses to you. Everybody else is probably heard. I am Dr. Suzan Starler, and I do have a functional medicine practice. And when I became involved with Arbonne, I was very ill, and I needed to start using things that were healthy on my skin. So I had a friend who was getting Arbonne for herself, and I was absolutely not interested at all in doing anything in the business. I didn't want an account. It was just when you order for you, order for me. So I used skincare for a long time. And that was great, and that worked well for me. But as I was approaching my 6th decade, I was looking for something else to do. Now, part of the reason for that was because I was so sick, and I had been diagnosed with a life-threatening illness, and I was given a couple of years to live, and I wasn't supposed to live past the age of 40. So every decade deserved a new project. And for 20-some-odd years, because nutrition had turned my health around, for 20-some-odd years I've been talking to patients, one patient at a time. You can't do gluten, you can't do soy, you can't do dairy, you can't do GMOs, you can't do pesticides, you can't blah, 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 blah. And I mean, I got so sick of hearing myself say that, but I would say it every single time because people needed to hear this every single time. So one day I'm having lunch with a girlfriend of mine who happens to be a new regional vice president just at a car party, Casey Hartstein. And Casey has said to me, well, you know, Arbonne has nutrition. And I said, they do? Oh, I don't need another nutrition product in my office. I have 500 some odd things I can offer to patients. No, I'm not going to do this. And she says, well, just try it. It's really good, it's clean, it's everything you talked about. I'm like, okay. So, and she says, and you should also come and talk to my people because they all believe in what you say. And I went, oh. I said, well, that's a thought. I said, so you mean if I could have more people listen to what I say and then they could tell their people what they say and then they could, I said, then I'm really making a difference because that could be my new project. Anyway, so I got the products and I did test them in my office and they tested really well. Now there's a couple of different ways I test things. I test them with blood tests. I test them with energetic muscle testing using applied kinesiology. And I test them using a bioimpedance analysis feedback. So what that is I hook electrodes up to the hands and the feet, and I do a little test, and it shows me lean mass, fat mass. It gives me the cellular health of an individual. It calculates their body mass index, and it lets me know how many calories they're burning at rest before they even lift a pinky in the morning. Without exception, everybody that I'm allowed to test before they start their 30 days, every single one of those individuals at the end of the 30 days, if they've done nothing different, have lost fat and put on lean muscle. And maybe they've just lost a couple pounds, but muscle weighs more than fat and takes up less space. So what usual programs look like is when people lose weight, say they lose 10 pounds, they lose 5 pounds of fat and 5 pounds of muscle. They lose 20 pounds, they lose 20 pounds of fat and 20 pounds of muscle. And when they yo-yo back up, because all they've done is gone on a starvation fad diet and haven't gotten rid of any of the toxins, when they yo-yo back up, they don't put back on 5 or 10 pounds of lean and 5 or 10 pounds of fat. They put on 10 or 20 pounds of fat. So even though they'll weigh the same, they're bigger than they were before and they're more miserable. And nothing works is what I hear all the time. So being able to offer this to people has been really special. And not only that, it's allowed me to build a team to help other people spread this word. You don't have to be a doctor to do that, although I'm fortunate enough to have a number of doctors on my team. But what's really lovely is I can help people before they get so sick, they have to pay the big bucks and walk through my door, because I'm not cheap. Now, if you're an Arbonne consultant, you know what kind of special deals you get. But you have to be a consultant. But for anybody who's not, it's not cheap. And I'm worth it. But do you have to get that sick first? No, you don't. And sometimes simple changes can make all the difference. And we've already heard about all the wonderful qualities that the 30-day program has. And even the Digestion Plus, which is also one of my favorite things, I have to give somebody at least 7 bottles of stuff in one little packet. Take a few, toss it in your purse. You always have it. It's wonderful. Everything works better. The biz drinks. You know, in my community, I see a lot of autoimmune people. Many people can't absorb their B vitamins orally or in their stomach because they have issues going on in their tummy. But this stuff starts absorbing in the mouth. So you get an incredibly great boost of energy without having to drink the coffee or without having to take a bunch of methylated B vitamins that go into your stomach and do nothing because you can't absorb them. So there's a huge number of benefits, and I go on and on. But the 30-day program is fabulous. And the skin, you know. I did mention I had gone into my 6th decade a couple of years ago, so all I can say is that I'm very, very grateful. And I had a new patient come into the office today, and I figured she was in her 70s. She's my age. And I went, oh, okay. And her brain isn't working. And it's like, oh, God, there be the grace of God in our bond. So this is how we do it, and if anybody has any questions, I will hang out for a little bit, but it was lovely addressing you. Thank you.